you chopped chicken liver, Kray?
No, she says chicken livers are supposed to help with her anemia.
Yes, that's right. Iron
Uh,
deficiency.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't want to be, I guess, making excuses saying, "Hey, I'm too tired to force myself to drive up and uh, do something that'll help you out." I didn't want to, I
Well,
guess.
right, because you're like, I'm 35 and you're like 7,000 years old, Mom, so I'll do it, you know?
Yeah. I, I mean, I also get approach it from the angle of saying that she's done a lot for me in the past.
Sure.
What? Why can't I?
Why can't you do something for her?
Yeah.
I mean, on some level, you owe your mother everything, right?
Correct. So
Yeah. I mean, it's literally what I texted you, and you're like, I've been trying to do it. I'm like, that's respectable. That actually earns respect. It's hard. It doesn't get any easier. You know, people get
yeah.
older and they get like they need more help and they get kind of grumpier or whatever. It's rare that they don't. And you get older and you get more tired, you know. And you look around the world and you're like, no one's like doing anything. But it's like we used to say in the Destiny raids when someone's like, that enemy's still like killing us. It's like, somebody do something about it. You do something about it.
Yeah. Don't tell me what to do.
Well, yeah. Even how about instead of saying there's a problem, somebody do something about it. Be like, I'll do something about it, or here's why I can't do something, but maybe somebody else, like, yeah. I mean, I guess you're right. Don't tell me what to do. That sounds kind of petulant. I don't necessarily like the.
Uh, yeah. I was making a bad joke in reference to one with a bullet that won't
Oh,
burn.
yeah. I still remember that time that he was like super pissed off and going to bed. He was like, "Y'all just
yeah.
stay here and be stupid." And I was like, "Why you gotta burn the entire bridge down when you gotta drive off and throw a match over your shoulder and burn us all to the ground? What is you? Why are you doing that? Other than the fact that he's just tired, you know?
Well, let's not forget about the fact that he's also a grown ass man.
He is a grown ass man driving a grown ass bus
Over the grown ass bridge that he's about to grown assly
about to
burn
burn ass
down.
to the ground."
Yeah, burn that ass to the ground.
That's like our new catchphrase. I'm gonna burn that ass to the ground.
I'm gonna burn that ass.
Burn that ass.
Support
Burn that
unit.
ass. It's great. That was such a sad night because we were all like trying so hard to finish some dumb encounter, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was just like, I gotta go to fucking bed. Fuck you all. We're like, all right, dude. It's not our fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you gotta go to bed. Then go to bed. Like, there's no need to really make a scene of it, is there?
Apparently, there was. But, man, when you think about how long we'd all been playing Destiny with each other, that's kind of crazy. Like, there's just so much just Destiny 2 alone because that was like the third expansion or something for Destiny 2 at that point, let alone Destiny 1, you know?
Yeah, it was Spire of Stars raid, I think.
That's right.
Last encounter that Bullet couldn't make it, right?
It was that it got too late. I see sometimes, and I'm just being extra fair when I'm like, well, Bullet couldn't make it, but it's not like any of us were making it either, you know.
Yeah.
It was fucking hard. It just goes on, and you would think the practice would help, but I think I often made the mistake back then of just thinking like people were like learning the encounter. Every failed attempt was a learning experience kind of thing. Like, and
Correct.
we would keep trying to like, okay, so like this time try and kill all the enemies, you know.
Well, they're very dead right there. Two of them.
They're dead. I'm dead. We're all dead.
We're all fucked.
It's a hell of a thing because like you know if you have some people on your team doing extra hard work. You know, it doesn't mean you could slack. Like if everybody contributed as much as they could, you know. In other words, you don't have to just do your job. You can also like, okay, I got my job done early. Let me look over at what John's doing and what Kray's doing, and like see if I can help them out. I think we sometimes had personalities that were very like, you need to do your fucking job, and I don't want to hear about it. But honestly, probably could have had some runs go better if we had a better culture about like, hey, I'm having a hard time over here. Can someone help? Of course, it's possible that will also slide into like, I always have a hard time. Somebody help.
Yep. Yeah, because then the person that's struggling and always needs assistance might not find uh, the want, the will to
Improve.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, they might just be like, I don't want to improve. This is a video game. Fuck off.
That is totally a thing too.
It's tough. Like my interest like my enjoyment of Destiny was so high that I liked reading about new strats and trying new things. I just enjoyed it, you know. And then some other people were like, I just kind of want the armor, you know. I just kind of want to look cool. I'm
Sure.
not very interested in learning how to snipe this guy or whatever. You're like, oh, okay, shit, you know.
Yeah, that's totally a thing, and everyone's playstyle is going to be different and whatnot. Ooh. Yeah, fuck that guy. He's not really worth much, I don't think.
I'm like 2 exercises away from watching your feed again. I have it up, but I'm not always looking at it. I didn't see what you were talking about.
I was just scanning a guy, seeing what his skills are.
I think I like got in the habit of like kidnapping everyone in the world. I didn't like that when you put them to sleep, they would wake up. So I'm like, fuck you, you're going in the sky, you know? I didn't like killing people for some reason. I don't remember why now. Every time I see you just shoot someone, I'm like, that's actually a pretty good idea. Yeah, it's hard. My interest in video games is just kind of high, so I would like sit down with like a fighting game and like practice these like intricate like inputs on the controller. Like, oh, so this is how people do this command in like a couple of, you know, not a frame but less than a second, or like To be specific, it may not make exact sense, but it's like I could do like a 720 pile driver without jumping off the ground with like Zangief, because you could do it during like his punch animation. You threw the punch out and then you put in the command really fast and then you did it. And it's like I like sat around for like a day and like practiced it until it made good sense. And that's always been valuable ever since, in that like this is a concept. During this animation you can put in other stuff and it won't, you can put in like jump button commands during a punch and you don't jump. Simple shit like that. Or just experimenting.
Uh, what you're describing, you're saying you're putting in like a string of commands, but it cancels your jump out somehow?
Or the opposite. Because I don't want to jump, I do an animation that locks me in a non-jumping state, and then I input commands that involve the jump button. So in Street Fighter, like, you probably have at least tried a fighting game sometime in your life, right?
Oh, absolutely. I used to be pretty huge into like Tekken and such.
Yeah, there you go. So if you have a Tekken command that's like quarter circle forward to like a jump, and you put in the button and then the guy does a move, it's if you did like a punch and then did that motion while the punch animation was going on, then you wouldn't accidentally jump, because he's punching. The punch animation like locks you on the ground. Things like that. Kara canceling animation of punches into other moves. Well, that's a pretty good little discussion for this workout video. I'm going to end it. You got anything to say?
Venison cheddar snack sticks are amazing.
Boom.